performance and opportunity. Now, at this point, and this prize after 4 years in a row in the Final Four. Not bad, 7 years in a row as well in the national final. So you can't beat that. Once again, we appreciate all of the tremendous opportunity it is.
No, the dance team's getting ready to go. Keep him down there. All right, stay there. You got dance team. Never mind. He's come back up. We got time. Probably.
To number 14, in and out here, we had Addison Yates. My man Connor Denny's here. And there is Aubrey Dalton met by a wall as she lays it up. No call. Off the foot of Butcher. Tarter was on the floor, dove for it. Butcher went for it. And they're going to say turnover Maroons, and it's going to be turned over to the Lady Rebels. Harper kicks it into Glasscock. Glasscock in the corner to Tarter. Tarter back out to the top to number 21, Ella Coffey. Ella Coffey back to Glasscock, who's going to try to lay it up over Savannah Heist. They're going to call Heist.
Savannah just got her arms up really late right there. But, at a point, Brandon, it comes a point where you actually root for the other team. So I'm actually wanting Boyle County to score now because you start feeling bad for somebody down 17-0. I don't feel like there are any chance in the world would ever lose this game, no matter what happens.
Yeah.
So she hits a free throw, so that's good. They're on the board, 17-1. Fans, we apologize for the sound issues earlier, so thank you, Miss Amanda Muse, for telling us that we were a little off the air there, so now everything is good. And Anna should have had that rebound.
And it's off of her hands out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Boyle County. Going to try to get something going, ignite a little bit of Mo here. We got my man Connor Denny up here hanging out with us tonight. Mr. Murray, you might know a thing or two about
I thought he might have went to the Boyle County boys game. Why is he? Oh, I know why he's here. I think that he might like to support the Lady Maroons.
Too far on
Brandon
a Thursday
Forster.
night? Yeah.
I think he might like to support the Lady Maroons.
He must be a ladies' man. Ladies' man Connor Denny. Is that right?
He likes the Lady Maroons.
Yeah, that's right. So. Well, I would like to know if somebody could keep Connor Denny or any of us updated on the boys' game. That would be much appreciated.
Connor needs to keep us updated with his contacts.
Yes.
And we'll tell the fans on the air.
He can be like the Maroon Sports Network detective tonight. He's got his nose to the beat.
Number 11.
Keeping us in here.
Hey, I was about ready to say, she had a really good gooseneck follow-through on that three. I was just watching it, and she held the follow-through the whole time, and it was nothing but net fans.
Harper Coffey with the follow-through and score there for the Rebels to get something going, 17-4. They're really not out of it.
Number 14 for Boyle County has the perfect Southwestern tennis shoes.
Anna Muse just gets the ball stripped out of her possession right there by number 21, Ella Coffey. Now they're going to call it on the floor as now it looks like the Boyle County Rebels are the aggressor.
You notice one blue, one orange tennis shoe for number 14. But I don't know when the colors doesn't match your colors. I'm not a huge fan of that.
That would be Addison Yates representing the colors of Southwestern Lady Warriors. And Miss Glasscock, Andy Glasscock at the line, misses her first.
Melissa's niece from Boyle County, so our Brad's niece.
The
Woodcock
the Glasscock and the Woodcock, half full.
And it's good.
Second one is up, 17-5.
Hey,
They're still in it.
5-0 run.
You know, it's
a 3 and 2 free throws.
They're going to switch to a 3-2 zone right here, James. Kind of switch it up on us. Martin says, I'm going to bust you out of that. I'm going to shoot you out of that one. Big shot by Martin. She's had herself quite a first half here as she's getting ignited. We're going to need that.
She's going to be very upset when she doesn't get a lot of minutes in the second half. And a lot of it's going to be her fault.
Yeah. Glasscock thought about letting it go. Here is number 21. That is Miss Ella Coffey. She's in traffic. She's got Anna Muse on her, and they're going to call Muse on the floor.
Well, you know, Brooklyn right there, I thought had a tie up, but the referee would never call it, so she pivoted again and, you know, just kept fighting, got the shot up. So now we're starting to put them at the free throw line. Quite a few trips in a row, Brendan.
Here's Sydney Resch at the box getting ready to check in for the Lady Maroons, and it got eerily quiet in here tonight, right now as I'm talking. Very odd atmosphere when you're calling these games and not many people's here. But, hey, there's storms a-brewing outside, and there's a storm brewing inside the gym tonight. Hopefully it's a storm that's going to lead to a Lady Maroons win. And
number 4 left that free throw block so soon that she was under that basket before the ball went in the rim. And we had no lane violation.
Maggie Holt was calling her out on it, too. She's like, what's that all about?
Yeah, I mean, I guess when you're up 19 to 5, you don't really make that call, but I'm a big fan of making the call anytime.
Yeah.
Except maybe late in the fourth. And I'll say, you know, a minute or two to go. Yeah, it really doesn't hurt anything.
Butcher, NBA 3. In and out.
She's just too strong for her own
and
good.
It looks like
and
Butcher
they ran over
runs
each
into
other.
Maggie Holt.
just killed Madeline. And it's a 5-on-3.
And that's Coffey for 3. In and out. Here goes to Yates. Out of her hands. Sydney Resch said, give me that. I'm going to take that.
Ooh.
Tarter comes up to meet her. Actually, that wasn't Tarter. Number 4. Annabelle. Yeah, it was Annabelle Tarter.
Sydney.
Resch in the corner thought about the 3. Puts it on the floor. Dribbles over to Holt. Holt kicks it. Tries to kick it to Brooklyn Thomas, but a bad pass.
That was just a terrible pass. It had no chance of making it across through there.
Andy Glasscock bringing it up for the Rebels slowly here and kicks it out here to number 11. That is Harper Coffey. A lot of coffees here on this team, a lot of birds and a lot of bugs.
Maggie's pass reminded me of you back at Monticello School trying to pass a love note across the aisleway, and it gets intercepted.
Yeah, you know, when I tried to pass it to Frank Phillips or Maurice Duncan, listen, I was a bust in school. I was an absolute bust. I was the number 1 pick, James, for a T-ball league for Domino's Pizza, and I was an absolute bust that year.
Hey, listen, I was terrible at minor league baseball, okay? So I've got to respect all the athletes that can hit any of the pitches.
I would just make passes of the cups of water to the starting 5 when they'd come over to the sidelines was my role for the Monticello Trojans. Here is Maggie Holt at the top of the key, back to Resch. Resch is going to let it go for 3. It's off the rim,
Sydney.
And look at Murray there to pick up an Easter egg.
Good putback. You talk about the right place at the right time.
She was smiling real big after that one. She's going to guard Glasscock right now, and it looks like it's a zone with man principles. As Glasscock's trying to get something going here. Here's the senior guard.
I thought that was banking in.
12, Zoe Robbins, in and out.
Brandon, I really don't know about that defense there because we matched up with the point, but then when we drop all the way back where Hannah did, it was one pass and open 3. They just missed it. It wasn't like they were screened or ball movement. It was one pass and open.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's going to hurt you against a good offensive team that's coming up here in the regional.
We saw the young lady for Southwestern absolute shoot the lights out Friday night, trying to shoot her way back into it. That's how talented they are, and that's how talented other upper echelon teams are and can be. If you give them a little sense of life and you can't put your foot on the gas and put them away, you know, anybody's going to be able to beat anybody. Here's Hannah Murray with the rebound to Martin. Martin dribbling out of that zone and throws it up into the rafters. Looks like she was throwing to Shelby Sellers.
Brandon, I've got to say we've had a lot of just careless turnovers because that defense is not there. That pass by Maggie and that pass by Sydney have got to be corrected by this time next week.
That's the 5th time I've seen him try to make a cross-court pass and turn it over. We are very turnover-prone, James, and that's something Coach Atkins has been harping about all season long. And he's going to go right now to his bench.
Who have we got coming in here, Mr. Foster?
I want to say it's one of our 8th graders. I want to say that is.
Do I see a number 30 on our roster?
Is that who it is? Bella Stevens.
Bella Stevens. Okay.
8th grader from
got
Northern
a
Middle.
away jersey on, looks like, because it says home number 10.
Yeah,
so we got a
very
little confused right there. So 5
lot of numbers
11, 8th grader.
Here is Glasscock with the rebound off their own miss from the free throw.
I thought Sydney would take that one, Brendan.
Zoe Robbins dribbling out to Glasscock. Glasscock's going to call the shots here for the Lady Rebels. Back to Zoe Robbins. Robbins puts the ball on the floor, dribbles it up to the top to Coffey. Ella Coffey kicks it back to Glasscock. They're going to call Martin for the foul as she sends Glasscock to the floor. And that is Martin's 2nd team personal foul here in this first half. 21-6 Lady Maroons as Glasscock goes to the line for the Lady Rebs. They've had a hard time tonight offensively. She misses their free throw, but they again are there to get their own rebound. Sloppy game. Lady Maroons still back in that 3-2 zone. And Glasscock puts the ball on the floor. Kicks it back to Robbins, the senior guard for the Rebels.
Hey,
back
Brandon.
to Glasscock.
Here in a second, we're going to give a shout-out to Chloe Phelps on the dance team. Chloe's grandmother is here, and look at the lovely lady over there in the red. She's 96 years old. Here to see her.
Awesome.
I don't know if it's her granddaughter or great-granddaughter or what relation is to her, but she's here to watch Chloe tonight for the senior night for dance team. So it's going to be pretty special. So I may get Joey, my cameraman, here in a few minutes to zoom in on this lovely young lady, and we'll give her a shout-out right before halftime.
I love it. I love that. And Chloe Phelps is a sweet young lady I have in one of my elective classes. Great athlete here.
Uh-oh, Bella, good turnaround. She wasn't afraid to shoot it. Okay, I like the aggressiveness.
She's going to grow and be a fine player for the Maroons.
I think she's probably got another 5 or 6 inches of growth in her just looking at the build.
Taylon Rouston there, the transfer guard for the Maroons into the game.
Good block by
almost had it.
Just straight up.
Butterfingers here as it's now Robbins into the corner to Coffey for 3. In and out, rebound, and they're going to call on the floor as Rouston hit the deck. And they're going to call it on, all right, number 5, Kennedy Bug. Sends Taylon Rouston flying. And so are we in this first half, 21-6 Lady Maroons. It's been all Lady Maroons, minus a few bad turnovers.
That one hit Bella in the hand, and I don't think she sort of expected it right there. So we got to post up a little deeper and a little stronger for things. So we got Braxton and Allie going over here with the crew. So I think Allie's going to ask what Granny's name is right here and text it back to me. So fans, get ready for our senior dance team performance. So a lot of seniors on the dance team, so we'll recognize those tonight.
There is Coffey putting her back to the basket against
I liked
defenders.
how Coffey right then just lowered her shoulder just enough to create about 3 or 4 inches of separation.
And went right to it, took it right to the young lady. Here is Resch down low to Stevens, says there's nothing there. Hannah Murray back to Resch, back to the inside the zone 2.
Nice, Aubrey Dalton.
Love that. She got to her spot.
That was soulfully sweet.
That was. She
with
is.
The left hand.
She might be the one to kind of take us to that promised land where it is that the Lady Maroons want to go.
Brandon, I'm going to predict that we have 2 seniors on the dance team. That's what I'm going to predict.
2?
I'm predicting 2.
I see Jacqueline Davis. I see Chloe. And I see who else down there?
I see
first
2.
Glance. Just 2. I think you're right.
Reason I know that, Brandon, 2 of them got senior stashes around
okay,
them.
There
You didn't see them walk past us.
Right.
They're already over in the corner.
Gotcha.
So that's how smart I was with things. You're looking to the right, and I knew they were to the left. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you were looking in the right direction for sure. Yes, absolutely. I see Jacqueline now over on the
All
left.
right, Sydney's handling the point now. No, actually, Hannah Murray's handling point. Looking inside.
Bella Stevens got to be stronger with the ball.
She tried to catch that with one hand, Brendan. So
And that's a youth
was bugaboo.
mistake. Youth mistake.
There,
Look at
she
that.
got it
There's
back.
her defense. Looks like she's trying to get on the floor after it, but awkward for her size.
She is swatting at a lot of things instead of just going and grabbing with two hands. Like
going
you said,
after
that
it.
will probably come with experience and maturity. I can tell she's still got, like you mentioned it, she's still got growing to do.
They'll work that out of her in
There's
the
no
summer
chance
pickup
she's
and-
finished growing.
No, yeah. Her, I mean, I tell you what, the future with the young middle school teams winning state championships and runner-ups, yeah, the Lady Maroons basketball squad's got a lot to look forward to.
Ralston's
here in the
dying to
future.
shoot this, but he wants one shot.
She's got a nice release, too. She's a
She's dying
sharp
for
shooter.
it. She's got her knees bent. She's got the shooting pocket.
Her cousin, Ralston, or I'm sorry, Aunt Ralston is joining us here tonight in the crowd, all the way from Lincoln County. And her mom and dad, Taylor Ralston's mom
Aubrey
and
Dalton,
dad.
they want the shot for. There's the screen. That's
There
who
it
they run the
is.
play
That's
for.
our shot back to
And here we
right,
go, Sydney.
Resch wide
Boom!
open.
At the buzzer.
Costly mistake right there by the Rebels. Big play, big pass right there.
So, Brandon, let's continue talking here until we get our dance team out here. They're getting ready for the senior night celebrations. Sometimes it's a little harder to talk over Jeff. Two seniors or Rose? Rose wouldn't do it. It'd be hilarious. Yes.
Chloe Jane Fells. Chloe is being accompanied by her mother and father Jennifer and Jason Phelps, her sister Elena Phelps, and her boyfriend Justice. Chloe has been a member of the Pulaski County Dance
boyfriend,
Team
Justice.
for 3 years. Chloe's favorite dance memory overall is being an athlete at AU Training Facility for 11 years with Amber Bryant. Chloe states that dance has taught her a lot over the years, and she has enjoyed every minute she's been able to showcase her love for dance. Chloe states that she loves Amber as a coach, a teacher, and a friend. Chloe plans on attending Somerset Community College after graduating, and then seeing where life takes her after that. Congratulations on your senior year, Chloe Jane Fells. Our second senior on the dance team tonight is Jacqueline Zeta Davis. Jacqueline is being accompanied by her mother, Natasha Davis, her father, Larry Freer, her sister, Harper, her brother, Weston, and her two best friends, Chloe and Nevada. Jacqueline has been a member of the Pulaski County Dance Team now for 6 years. Her favorite dance memory is making it to state 2 years in a row, her 7th and 8th grade year. Jacqueline plans on attending the University of the Cumberlands on an athletic dance scholarship. She also plans on majoring in nursing, and after graduating, Jacqueline plans to use her degree to further her education to become a CRNA. Jacqueline states, I have been dancing competitively with Amber since I was in 3rd grade, and I would not be in the place I am today without her. I look to her not only as a coach, but as a mother and a best friend. Allison is our assistant coach on the dance team, and I've been with her for the last 4 years. She's always kept things fun, and I appreciate her so much. Thank you both for loving me and making me the best that I can be. Congratulations on your senior year, Jacqueline Zeta Davis.
All right. Now let's get ready to go to Chloe Phelps' lovely, beautiful grandmother here. Zoom in a little tighter, Joey, a little tighter here. Miss Rose is on camera. So, Rose, you don't know it yet, but thank you for coming to the ball game. She's 96 years young, so I think that's amazing, Brandon, that she's out tonight supporting her granddaughter.
That is awesome. I love that. That's wonderful, and Chloe, of course, is a wonderful young lady. I guess he's not. I guess he said.
That's our fault. So we just did the senior night. Never forgot.
Give it up.
If you need that warm hot tub put in before the cold weather sets in, that roof put on your garage or home, a sign to advertise your new or existing business, or just something big and heavy moved or removed, look no further than Crane and Boom. They can provide you with the utmost professional heavy lifting services anywhere in the state of Kentucky. Contact Josh Anderson at 606-305-1832 and trust the heavy lifting to us.
Okay, so I'm here with some of the seniors, Chloe Phelps and Jacqueline Davis. So Chloe, do you feel like a senior being 4'10"?
Yeah, I do.
You do? Okay, so how many years have you been cheering with Amber?
Dancing.
Yeah. Dancing, sorry.
I cheered with her for 1 year and danced with her for 8. So in total, I've been with her about 9-10 years.
Okay, so do you have any advice for upcoming freshmen wanting to dance or get into it?
Don't be afraid to try it for the team. It's really not that hard. I'm actually dying right now, though.
Yeah, you guys just performed a great performance. Thank you guys so much. Italy, so let's go back up to the booth.
We are back. Pulaski County Gym, 40 seconds counting down here to start the second half. It's 26-8 Lady Maroons. It was all Lady Maroons in the first half. And it was also all my senior accomplice here taking over in the second half, Connor Denny. Connor, what's going on?
And nothing much. How are you tonight?
I am just fantastic. We had us some big city pizza, if I could say that correct.
Yeah.
And
how was it?
Not bad. We got a mac and cheese pizza and all the meats pizza supreme, and it's pretty good. If you've never had Big City Pizza, go check it out,
Well,
man.
I've heard a lot
New
about
York
it.
style crust too. Make sure you order it that way.
Heard a lot about it. Never had it. So
Be honest with you,
might have to jump on that.
you're gonna go get the cheese sticks because they're incredible. But here we are, Connor. Tonight the atmosphere here tonight has just been really awkward. But it's Thursday night, storming. The weather's terrible, and we're getting ready for district play. And this is like that tune-up, that last fine tune-up before you go. And
Absolutely.
we got Boyle County from the 45th district, and then of course Pulaski representing the 47th. So off and run into the races, and they're going to call it on Tartar, it looks like. Number 4 for the Boyle
That was
County.
a steal to start the second half there by Sydney Martin.
Turnover, yeah. Of course, we ended the first half on a quick 3 in the corner by Sydney Resch. Big pass out of the double
Aubrey
team.
Dalton
And
for the free
here's
throws,
Aubrey.
and the first one drops.
Aubrey has really been hitting another level in these last 4 games, and I love that for the senior guard, as it looks like she could carry us
Second
a
one
long way
drops as
playing
well.
this way. Yep. Free throws up.
And I think it really started on senior night.
Yep.
I think that's
It's
where
awesome.
she really turned on and decided, okay, it's time for me to step up and be a leader of this team.
She's
And
doing a really good job playing
It's
off the
been-
ball and
absolutely,
defensively.
it's been gas pedal down since that night, and she's not let off and doesn't appear to
Glass
have
cock,
any intention to.
Almost with the turnover. Here's Tartar, puts it on the floor, drives down the lane, lays it up and in. Butcher's got the ball up for the Maroons. She's going to bring it up to lead the offense. Kicks it over to the left-hand side to Holt. Holt to the corner to Martin. Martin thought about a 3. Kicks it back to Holt, back to Butcher. Butcher way back for 3, lets
Good.
it go, and it's
Nothing
good.
but net.
Way to go, young lady. Maddie
was a
Butcher
pretty
growing
shot.
up before our eyes right here.
Yep.
And here is the senior guard, Zoe Robbins, for the Lady Rebels. Back to the corner to Harper. Harper back out to number 21, Harper. Kicks it to 22, Glasscock. Glasscock waiting for motion. Dribbles to the top of the key. Hand off to the senior guard, Robbins. Robbins back to Tartar. Tartar dribbles back to Glasscock. Glasscock lets go an NBA three. It's good. 31-13. A little bit more energy here from the Lady Rebs here in this second half. They are in zone, and they are all communicating.
Three by Sydney Martin from the corner, no good.
Oh, they're going to call her for, reaching in there.
Yep. And you know, I bet that halftime speech by the Boyle County coach was something to hear for sure.
Yeah, it looks like he's a little bit more vocal, as well as his team is being more vocal and trying to step up their energy, because they are without one of their best scorers, not due to a knee injury. That's Peyton Bugg.
Okay.
Be like us, as James Murray said earlier, not playing without Sydney Rash out for the season. It changes things. And it looks like they're going to call Aubrey Dalton for the foul. It's her second. Glasscock's going to move to the baseline to inbounds it for the Lady Rebels. Inside to Tartar. Tartar dribbles out. Back to Robbins. Robbins eyeing the defense. Drives left. She's met by Martin. Maroons are in a zone. Robbins still has the ball on the floor. Kicks it to the corner to Coffee for three. It's off the front iron. Rebound to Butcher, and she's got it out in transition. Kicks it to Martin. Lays it off the glass and in.
What about that move by Martin? You see it a couple times a game, and sometimes they fall, and that one was pretty for sure.
Very in control with that Euro step.
Absolutely.
That's Sydney Martin. She's a handful for the Rebels tonight. She came out red hot to start the game. Here's that zone as Tartar kicks it inside to Coffee, lays it off the glass and in, and Lady Rebs won a timeout. 33-15. It's not quite put away by the Pulaski County Maroons.
Still a lot of game left.
Absolutely. A lot of coaching left here, and that's what Ryan Wiersma saw in his team, and now he's going to coach them up here in the timeout. Connor, here's our fourth place from the Nationals Lady Maroons cheerleading squad back from Orlando.
Yeah, I heard about that. I think they were pretty disappointed with the fourth place finish, honestly.
Yeah.
But, whenever you have national championships and state championships coming in every other year, it seems like I imagine a fourth place would be kind of a down year almost. So
yeah, it is. But to get fourth place was big in the event that whoever I'm not sure who was in that area. It's a tough thing to do, and of course it's what's really interesting about cheerleading is we have state coming up, and they've already been to nationals. Normally it's in the reverse, but
right.
I'm trying to keep up with it. It's kind of like
and
when it comes to
I believe
soccer.
that if I don't have this correct, somebody please call me on it. But I believe that state championships are a bigger deal than national championships.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll see what they can do on that level, as hopefully that national side gives them more to roll with here.
Absolutely.
Aubrey Dalton in the corner to Butcher, back to Holt to the top of the key. Back to the corner to Aubrey. She's going to put it on the floor. She's going to lay it up. It goes off the front of the rim. Couldn't get her own rebound.
Sydney Martin on the ground and slow to get up there also.
And Butcher was called for the foul there on Robbins.
Good defense.
The freshman
on Butcher
guard got taken to class there, Butcher, by the senior guard Robbins.
And number 15, Brooklyn Thomas, will sub in for number 13, Savannah Heist.
And it looks like we have something going on right here where there is possibly Coach Atkinson is pointing to the ceiling as it
like
could
maybe
be
a water leak.
Could be a water leak right here that might intercept this game right here. Good catch there, as maybe that is what led to the fall earlier of Sydney Martin.
Yeah, you definitely don't want anybody getting hurt due to a
leaky
roof.
Zoe Robbins with the inbound pass and a three, and things are rolling here for the Rebels as they are still in it, down 15. Butcher to the opposite side to Dalton for three.
Dalton.
In and out. Looked like a good-looking release there. Robbins trails it out of bounds, and they're going to say it's Robbins out of bounds, going to stay with the Maroons.
Yep. Looked like she tried to throw it off Sydney's leg there, but it didn't couldn't quite get it out of her hand fast enough. Butcher on the inbound. She's going to throw it up to Martin at the top of the key, and the shot, no good, looked a little long.
Rebound, Glasscock for the Rebels, and there's a tie up there, no jump ball. And there is Sydney Martin again hitting the deck. Goodness gracious, she plays so hard. And there is Harper off the roll off the glass, no good.
Over to Holt, back to Martin. Martin driving it in the paint, the layup, good.
Sydney Martin in control there with that shot. Got to her spot, laid it up and in.
Absolutely.
She plays so hard, though. She flies to the ball.
And you love to see her play hard, but with tournament play coming up so close, you definitely don't want to see her get hurt.
Yeah, kind of harness it a little bit here. Maroons are in a zone with man principles. Glasscock for three. Lets it go maybe a little bit too deep. Tarter tried to save it. Out of bounds. Into the game for the Maroons is Taylor Ralston and Hannah Murray. Number 25 and number 1.
And Dalton and Martin will be subbed out.
Maggie Holt and Butcher, smile on their face. Young ladies leading the control here for the Maroons. Here's Holt with a quick release.
Little long, rebound by Thomas and the putback. What a shot.
Thomas again caught that in stride, and that's not something you see young ladies do.
Absolutely.
I mean, like just great athletic play there by Brooklyn. Brooklyn, they're going to call for a foul here on Coffee. Brooklyn's got an assignment where she's just got to stay on the floor, get in front of her man. Ella Coffey here, number 21, is a senior for the Lady Rebels, 5'8".
Who did they call that foul on, Brandon?
I think Brooklyn Thomas.
I thought I saw him hold up 3-3, so I didn't know. I couldn't.
Oh, it could have been. I mean, I saw Brooklyn in front of her, but it's possible they called Maggie for it. Here is the next one for Miss Ella Coffey. She's going to lay it up. Free throw's good.
17-point lead here for the Maroons, 37-20. 3.5 left in the third. Madeline Butcher's going to bring it up the floor.
Butcher, Holt,
past half court, over to Maggie.
Point guards here for the Maroons. Butcher's going to drive, lays it up off the rim, and there's Ralston with the rebound. Back outside to Holt. Holt back outside to Murray. Murray back to Butcher. Down low to Thomas. Thomas is met by two defenders. Kicks it out to Ralston. Butcher thought about the three. Kicks it out to Ralston. Ralston lets it go from behind the arc. It's good. Wow.
What a sequence.
That was. Nice release by the young lady. Number 1, Taylor Ralston, a sophomore transfer here for the Maroons. We're blessed to have her. Number 5 here, Kennedy Bug, kicks it out to Robbins, who dribbles it back out to number 3, Ashlyn Young. Young back to Bug. They're going to say she's out of bounds. Turnover, Lady Rebels. Down 20.
That'll be Michaela Monroe and Sydney Resch in the game for Madeline Butcher and Maggie Holt. And
Hannah Murray, Anna Ross, the freshman, into the game. Sydney Resch, Brooklyn Thomas, and Taylor Ralston. Quite a lineup here for the Lady Maroons.
And Monroe is a 7th grader. So
Anna Ross almost going up to get the rebound. They're going to say it's
for her.
Off number 22. It's going to stay with the Maroons.
Shot from Ralston.
Ooh,
not
in and
there.
out.
And
And look,
rebound by
Resch got her
Tarter.
hands on the ball.
Going to take it up the floor. Past half court. Looking to drive
Tarter,
down in the
nice
lane.
and
Not
stride
there.
Back to
Back to the
Glasscock.
top of the key.
Glasscock back to Tarter. Tarter to the corner to Bug.
The
Bug
shot,
lets it
a
go.
2. Little
Draws
long.
nothing. I'm sorry, number 5. Yeah, Kennedy Bug.
Rebound by Sydney Resch. Tries to dribble out. Almost loses it. Over to Hannah Murray. Murray loses it as well. And back to Ralston.
Ralston's going to slow it down here for the Maroons.
A lot of pressure
Tarter
and a steal.
gets in there to disrupt the play. It's a turnover, Maroons. She lays it up off the glass, and it's in. All right, Anna Ross inbounds to Murray as Murray brings it back up. It's a 3-2 zone by the Lady Rebels here. Here's Brooklyn Thomas with the inbounds pass.
Hard
it's
off
no
the glass
good.
there.
Ross couldn't quite get the rebound, and they're going to call Brooklyn Thomas.
Looks like a foul on Thomas.
That's her third foul. Things are starting to slow down a little bit here with the minute 21 left to go in the third quarter. It's 40-22, all Maroons. Pause and play right here as Taylon Ralston on the baseline is going to retie her shoes. It's been one of those nights where the barometric pressure has got us all down a little bit with the rain today. Glad you all could tune in to Maroon Sports Network. It's I, Brandon Foister, and senior Connor Denny for the Pulaski County Maroons here, joining us tonight in the box.
Tarter almost got trapped there, but she got it out.
Addison Yates with the ball. Back over to the corner. It looked like a skip there by the Lady Maroons. And there's Coffey. Lays it up and in for the Lady Rebels. Here is a pass by Hannah Murray. It's deflected, but they're going to say it's out on the Maroons. Turnover going back to the Lady Rebels. Number 13, Maggie Burke, brings it over to Yates. Yates back to Burke. Burke dribbles up to the top of the key, hands it off to Tarter. Tarter drives right, shoots, lets it go, draws nothing. Rebound by Ross. Ross kicks it out to Ralston, and Ralston's going to bring it up.
Over to Hannah Murray, back to Ralston. Back to Murray, and back to Ralston. And back to Murray again.
Rebels
Murray's
in a
finally gonna
3-2
put it
zone.
on the floor. Dribbles over to the other side, looking to set up an offense. Dribbles back to the top of the key, down to Monroe.
10 seconds
up to
left.
Brooklyn Thomas needs to get a shot up. And Sydney Resch with a three short.
Very short. Didn't draw iron, so it's a loose ball. That's the end of the third quarter, Connor. Maroons 40, Rebels 24. We're going to go over to a commercial break. Sports Den, Gary Sewell is next. Stick around.
Welcome to Sports Den.
The one-stop shop that has all your sporting needs.
Sports Den has the largest selection of sporting equipment, including the best quality baseball and softball gloves by Wilson, Rawlings, and Mizuno, and bats by Easton, Rawlings, Louisville Slugger, and DeMarini. Show off your school spirit and represent your favorite team. Looking for the perfect Christmas gift? Look no further than a Letterman jacket. Sports Den is your number one stop shop for the modern athlete and casual fan. Call Sports Den 606-678-4484. Conveniently located between stoplight number 19 and number 20 on Highway 27. We're back to Pulaski County Gym. Lady Maroons is going to get the ball first to start the fourth quarter. Connor Denny. It's been a weird night. Tonight, up 27, our boys are being hosted by the Boyle County Rebels on their court. So we wish them good luck tonight in hopes that we finish off the regular season with a very tough contest there. A very physical Boyle County team as they've got all their players back. And they gave us fits this time a year ago.
Shot by Martin there is a little short. Looked like she might have been fouled. She was fouled.
Martin goes to the line to shoot two. She's had herself quite a night here
foul
for the
Glasscock. That'll be her second foul.
Lady Maroons. First free throw is up. It's off the front iron. No good.
Martin's second free throw is up, and that one is good.
41-24, Lady Maroons.
And, you know, for somebody who's shooting 93% from the free throw line, it's a rarity that you see a miss from her.
Yeah, we're talking about how many reps and shots she gets up daily. It's something
almost
that
a
she
bank
really
in
takes
three.
pride in.
And it's going to be a walk.
And it's going to stay with No, it's going to be a turnover to the Maroons.
Looked like maybe a walk on Yates.
Going to check on the floor for moisture, and
it's definitely a wet
here.
night out there. You don't want any of that seeping down onto the floor, so definitely could become a safety hazard if not taken care of properly.
Holt inbounds to Butcher as she brings it up for the Lady Maroons to get us in our offense this fourth quarter. Butcher swings it to the left side to Dalton. Dalton to Martin on the baseline. That's her shot. It's in and out. Rebound Tarter. She's going to bring it up here to hand off to Glasscock to get the Rebels in their offense. Coffey thought about it. She's swallowed up by Martin, who takes it away. She's off and running to the races, and it's going to be off of her hands. And it's going to be a turnover Maroons as Martin was trying to converse with Maggie Holt about spacing, it looks like there, Connor.
Yep. Glasscock bringing it up the floor. And another steal by Martin.
Almost another turnover.
Can't hang on to it.
Yates for three
Shot
for
from
the
Yates
Rebels.
is
It's
good.
good.
From the corner. I always thought that corner threes were the hardest threes to hit.
Absolutely. No sight lines and no backboard.
No backboard for sure.
Makes it that much sweeter when it goes in.
And a corner
Martin
three
in the
from
corner
Martin
for three.
is a little long.
She's
Rebound
no
by Glasscock.
rebounder on the opposite side of the goal there for the Maroons, and they're going to call
Tarter
Martin.
bringing it up the floor, and yes, that'll be foul on Sydney Martin. That'll be her third foul.
So Brooklyn Thomas and Sydney Martin both on the Maroons team with 3 apiece. Lady Maroons smiling has got Martin and Holt and Butcher all with smiles on their faces.
And you know, this has turned out to be a much closer game than I first anticipated.
Yeah, it got a, and I don't know if it was odd. At halftime, we saw the Lady Maroons not go into the locker room as Coach A and his squad decided to stay put. They're like, no, I'm good. No halftime here.
No speeches needed whenever you're.
Yeah. Aubrey Dalton going to let it go from behind the arc. It's just in and out. She's got such a nice release.
Absolutely.
Looks like every one of her shots are going in.
And most of the time they do.
Yeah.
Just drop right into the bottom of the net. So
defensively, she's been on it the last. Here's
another
Dalton
shot.
again for 3.
And that one's short.
Nobody tracks down their own rebound, and that's something that Coach Adkins for the Lady Maroons doesn't like as far as effort goes. It's one thing to release and shoot jump shots, but if you're not going to go rebound, it's
completely different beast.
So we got Dalton, Heist, Martin, Holt, and Butcher.
Almost a block from Butcher. Looked like it
There's a
rimmed out.
rebound for Holt tonight. Kicks it out to her point guard, Butcher, who brings it up for the Maroons. Kicks it in, transition to Heist. Heist back out to Dalton. Dalton trying to swing the ball.
Dalton's trying to find
She's
something,
dribbling
and
way too
there's
much
a
and
steal.
turns it over to Tarter. Tarter goes coast to coast, lays it up off the glass. Robbins trails her and puts it in. Effort. Nobody back for the Maroons to rebound.
You know, and that's definitely a teaching point for Coach A. No matter what grade you're in or how old you are, I mean, you gotta have effort. You know, so definitely something that he can talk about after this game. Even though we are.
It's definitely not been a sound game for both squads here, and you
Right.
can tell by the effort of it all here. But here is Holt at the line shooting.
And you know,
2.
with that said, this lead has been cut to a mere 13. So
Coach Wiersma coaching his squad up as they battled back a little bit this half to cut into the deficit that the Maroons have created. It's 42-29 Maroons as Maggie's going to shoot another one. Offensively, been a little off here this quarter and this half, really. And it looks like we're going to pause for some more moisture.
Like a water leak again
that we are finding on the
free throw
floor.
line now.
We had a towel boy, we'd keep him in business tonight. And tonight,
Yes.
double duty from Coach Adkins. As he's like, if nobody else is going to do it, I'm going to do it. Five minutes, 23 seconds left to go as we pause to see what's going to be done about that. Or to my knowledge, no timeout has been called. So Our trainer's going to
Katie
go
now
out.
going to
It
check
looks
it
like
out.
it could be body fluid here, or blood, or something on the floor here. They're going to check and clean.
Yeah, maybe some blood or something of that nature. You definitely don't get gloved up to deal with water.
Yeah.
So. And we're back on here.
Maggie Holt here to shoot. And we're going to have a meeting right here, as it looks like there's something else on the floor noticed by the Stripes. We'd like to thank our Stripes tonight, playing the double role here of not only officiating crews, but our custodial services here tonight on this floor. We have another official timeout for seeing what's on the floor here. We're just going to get down and dirty here and clean some floor. As they notice a few spots here, could be somebody it's cut or bleeding here, and they're going to go and check it out here to see.
And shout out to Miss Jackson there, putting in the double time.
Yeah, she is. She's got
She
the
always
spray
makes
action
sure to-
here and a wipey, and
She always makes sure to
she's got her gloves on to stay
all
free
the
from
athletes.
contact of bloodborne pathogens. So
Yep.
that's a safe thing. We like to see from OSHA would be happy.
She always does her best to keep all the athletes healthy and
She
strong
does.
and
She does.
conditioned and
Solid, and they're still cleaning up spots. And if you have a spot that you would like to be cleaned right now while we're doing this, just call in here to the Maroon Sports Network or text. We'll take care of it. And Katie Jackson will as well. Ended up being a somewhat equivalent to a full timeout here as Maggie Holt gets ready, as she's been froze to shoot her second free throw here.
Yep. We'll see if it'll matter. It's up.
Next free throw is up.
And
it's
it's good.
43-29. As Butcher's going to guard Glasscock here. Looks like Maroons are going to
Be
stay in
over to
2-3.
Robbins. Robbins putting it on the floor, looking for offense. She's going to drive down to the baseline.
Off of her
and she
foot
kicked
and out
it
of
off her
bounds
foot.
and a turnover. Holt inbounds to Butcher as Butcher's going to walk it up here with 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter and in this contest. So it's been all Maroons here tonight, this Thursday night,
And a
February
three
16th.
from Thomas, no good.
Rare three by Thomas. They're going to call, that's Sydney Martin's fourth foul. Fourth foul, and they're going to say it's the
Foul on
bonus now.
Sydney Martin will be her fourth foul.
43-29.
Still a lot of game left here to play, Brandon. You definitely don't want to lose an asset like Sydney with 5 minutes left in the fourth.
Absolutely. Lady Rebels coming off their last game on Valentine's Day against Danville Christian, where they fell 56-32, and they've had themselves quite the season, losing one of their top scorers, and they are 14-14. As
the
both
Maroons
free
as
throws
well,
go down
coming
there.
off a 2-game losing streak after a 7-game winning streak. So Bethlehem and Mercer County laid it down to us these last 2 games. So definitely looking for a good bounce back here. Over to Thomas, over to Resch. The shot short. Rebound by Thomas. Tried to throw it off her leg.
Maggie Holt going after it.
Maggie
falls
went in
into
hard
the
to
bench. Slow getting up here. Yeah, we can do it. Here is Butcher guarding Glasscock as it's 4 minutes, 15 seconds left to go. Very slow offensively as the Rebels have just kind of glided back into this, being down as much as 20. Yates is in the corner, bet by a trap, and they call a timeout.
Reference the value of your car with multiple sources. And here at Dong Franklin, we think it's worth more.
Are you serious? When it comes to trading and selling, Don Franklin invests more in you.
For real?
Not just your vehicles.
Sorry, man. I don't know what came over me.
Happens all the time.
Sell us your vehicles. We really do pay more.
If you need a quality work uniform, rugs replaced, new dust mops to keep it fancy, or your bathroom supplies topped off, call Cintas at 606-679-3703. We'll get you ready for the workday.
I'm Chandler Godby.
And I'm Aiden Wesley, and using Centos is a touchdown in our book.
Thanks, Centos, for your support of the Maroon Athletics.
We are back at Pulaski County Gym. It's 43-31 as it is, well, I want to say it's been all Maroons, but really the story this half, Connor, has been the Lady Rebels really just not giving up and playing
at halftime
into
it
this.
Was 26-8, so, I mean, looking at that, it's really the second half's been all Rebels. And a three there, rebound by Brooklyn
Thomas kicks it out to Martin. Almost
Martin,
turned it over. They're going to call her out of bounds, and it's going to come back to the Rebels.
Good effort there by Martin to not only save the ball, but also avoid the scorer's table.
Yeah.
So
save herself from an injury here as going into tournament time. You want everybody healthy. Here's Robbins met by Butcher. It's brought into half court. Robbins, the senior guard for the Rebels, dribbles the leather off the ball. She kicks it out to Yates. Yates back to Robbins. Thought about almost a half-court shot. She dribbles up, kicks it to the corner, and she finds number 11, Harper Coffey, back to Glasscock. Glasscock dribble handoff to Yates. Top of the key, nothing there for the Rebels. Here is a long three from Robbins.
Little
rebound,
short,
Martin.
Rightfully so, though.
43-31.
Going to be Madeline
It's
Butcher
almost like the air
floor.
has been taken out of the ball here by the Maroons. And, that's a grind-out strategy. Sometimes can work in your favor, and other times gives another team hope.
Down to Martin, back up to Holt. Holt's going to dribble it back to half court.
And they're going to call a turnover on the Maroons. 5 seconds. So now the mojo is kind of swung in favor of the Rebels here.
Momentum is a huge part of the game. I mean, if you don't have momentum on your side, you're not going to win many games, Brandon. So it's not the most important part, but definitely something to consider.
Off the glass is Bella Coffey, scores, and that makes it a 10-point game. Butcher over to Dalton. Dalton in the corner, back to Butcher, back to Holt. Holt kicks it back to Dalton. Back to Butcher, almost a turnover as Butcher loses the handle of the ball, and now Coffey's got it. Sloppy fourth quarter for the Maroons. Sloppy.
And
Coffey for three. It's good.
Just a 7-point lead now, Brandon, with 1:40.
43-36. All the energy is going to the Rebels. As Martin dribbles up, swings it back to Dalton.
And you know, if you're the Maroons here, you definitely don't want to end the regular season on a loss. So.
And there's the grinded out play as they made Butcher put the ball on the floor, and they're going to call a hand check on Ella Tarter.
It'll be a foul on Annabelle Tarter. That'll be her second foul.
Inbounding the ball is Butcher to Dalton off the dribble, and she's going to lay it up and met with some contact. Looked like maybe Coffey got her around the neck.
Yep.
It's like a clothesline
maybe
right
Glasscock.
there. Well, they're going to call Addison Yates.
Be her first foul of the game and the 5th team foul.
And first free throw's up and good.
Yep. Free throws win and lose games.
Absolutely. Seems very sound, very confident shooter in.
Second one is good as well to
Miss
stretch
Dalton.
the lead to 9.
Her uncle Barry Dalton's up here with us in the crowd, standing next to Miss Sydney Resch's mom. Here's Miss Tarter for the Rebels, and that's almost an unforced turnover as Butcher got in that passing lane to disrupt it. Glasscock finds Tarter. Kicks it over to Yates, thought about the three. Into the corner to Robbins, thought about the three. She lets it go and is met by contact from, it looked like Brooklyn Thomas.
Yep. I believe that's her 5th foul.
She's going to foul out of this game?
At least 4th.
Here's Brooklyn. Or 4th.
4th foul. It's the team's 8th foul.
Zoe Robbins in a very
Rebels
quiet
have
gym
2
right
here.
now is going to shoot free throws. First
one's
one's
up
off
and
the
short.
front iron and no good. Guess not. And 45-36 as we are looking at the floor again for some more spots. Officials are going to take a timeout. As we are going to look to that as and it looks like Miss Katie Jackson is going to make her way out
bodily fluids
with her OSHA safe, gloves, and spray and wipe on the floor. As it looks like there might be somebody playing with an injury, and it happens in a game that's physical as this is.
The first shot, the second shot is also no good off the back. And it's going to be Lady Maroons ball with 54 seconds here left in the 4th quarter.
Maggie Holt inbounds to Butcher. She's off and running. 50 seconds left to go in the contest.
Bring it up the floor, runs into Dalton, trying to dribble out, over to Holt. Holt trying to dribble out, back to Butcher.
Wide open
Butcher's going to hold it.
It's almost like they've been told to keep their spurs from jingling and jangling and put the gun back in the holster. And what happens is it just leads to turnovers and sloppy game.
Yeah, I don't like that strategy, but another turnover forced there by Cindy Martin. Bringing up the floor, Maggie Holt over to Dalton in the corner. Thought about the shot, should have taken it. And a pretty hard foul there.
Tarter and Glasscock with the foul.
Looks like Glasscock maybe. Excuse me, it'll be Tarter. Be her 3rd foul.
Hopefully there's no pause in action here. It seems like it's just kind of taken any momentum that this game had and what was the
First
call
one was
here?
good.
It looks like she's shooting.
I believe it was an intentional
foul. Not going for the ball, but for the body. Martin hits them both.
Drops both of them to push this lead to 11. And Martin's going to be subbed out. And Maggie Holt is going to be subbed out for Anna Muse. And
Savannah
looks like
number is being worn by somebody
not
from
rightfully
JV.
sure who that is, I'm going to be honest.
I want to say Michaela Monroe, but
yeah, I believe it is Michaela.
Or it could be Elizabeth Phelan, I think. Maybe Wesson Phelan's sister, is that right?
Yeah, I believe she's hurt, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. I believe she's out with a knee injury. So
Butcher to the line, shooting free throws here for the Maroons. Off the front iron as Anna Ross hits the deck, going for the rebound. So into the game we have Muse. We have Monroe. Bella Stevens.
Kayla Monroe is in there. She's in the game. I don't know who number 12
5
is.
seconds left now, and this might be it.
And Hannah Murray's just going to dribble it out for Maroons.
This ball game ends. 48-39, Connor, is the final as the Lady Maroons ends the regular season with a win against Boyle County, and we will have sideline reporting as our lovely Allie LaForce Steele is going to meet with Maggie, Maddie, and Aubrey here on the sideline, so stick around.
And Maroon tournament play will be on the 20th. I believe is that Monday, the 20th?
That will be. Next week is going to be a very busy week.
It'll be Casey County here.
Right before we go to the sideline, we're going to meet with Aubrey Dalton. We're going to meet with Madeline Butcher, and we're going to meet with Maggie Holt. Looks like there's going to be a presentation of some sort down low here as our regular season has ended. The crowd is going to file out of here at Pulaski County Gym. Ladies are going to make their way here to the locker room as the regular season is now ended, and we get into district play. So next week, 4 games, Connor.
Yep.
Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready as I've ever been.
Right, yes, absolutely. So
I'm fired up for those student sections.
Our boys' first round will play Casey County.
Yep. And girls will also play Casey County.
And girls will play Casey County. So we hope to be there for the championship game as we host it.
Not only the girls play here. District and region is hosted here this year.
That's nice for our girls, so that gives us an advantage. So here we go. We have Allie who's going to meet with our 3 players of the game here, so stick around.
Ended 23-6. That's a pretty good year.
We are back here at Pulaski County Gym. As before we sign off here and say goodbye here to the regular season, we'd like to thank all of our listeners and viewers. Thank you for tuning in Maroon Sports Network. I want to thank our production crew, DJ, Norman, Joe, Allie Steele, and as well as others who've chipped in here. Mr. Murray, of course, getting things done with Maroon Sports Network as we end another regular season and we go into post-season play and where anything can happen. We're going to have a very busy week, folks, next week as 4 games are going to be brought to you right here at Pulaski County Gym. All of the games in the boys' district are going to be hosted here at Pulaski County Gym, and our girls' game will be hosted here at Pulaski County Gym starting on Monday, Tuesday, right back at you on Wednesday and Thursday, correct? All right, so, folks, I would just like to say, our girls, congratulations on your regular season as you ended the year going 23-6, and best of luck into the postseason play. Boys will be heading into postseason play. Best of luck to them as we hope for another region tournament run. Folks, it's been a pleasure. I've been Brandon Foyster. It's been a great season, and we hope to continue on this success.
Did you lose your right-hand man, or you've been talking solo here, or what's going on?
He did. He just walked away. But that's okay.
Wow.
Connor, when
Okay.
he decides that he wants to leave and do something, Connor, he does it. He's down on the floor taking some jump shots and khakis.
Connor
and
would not fit for Top Gun.
No, absolutely no.
You
Yeah,
never
he's not
leave
the
your
Iceman.
wingman.
Yeah, or Band of Brothers,
Yes,
right?
yes. So
he needs to watch
he
Band of
definitely does
Brothers.
not have your back. He would rather go shoot a game of basketball down there and shoot
unbelievable.
some hoops
My
than
man-
be there with his man Brandon Foster.
My man, when he sees what he wants, he goes and he gets it, James. I'm telling you, there's nothing like it.
Well, I guess that's good in a way, but I don't want him to be my wingman. I don't want him flying in my cockpit with me. You know what I'm saying? So you got to hang tight during this time. So he's not Top Gun material. We're leaving him at home.
Maybe not. I mean, this guy is. I love it. I mean, he's very honest and very open in what it is that he wants.
Well,
that
Brendan,
Connor.
you probably talked about it right then. I'm just
Yeah.
a little disappointed that we just won by 9. They cut it all the way down to 7, 17-0, and I'm almost just hoping that they score. And then at the end of the night, we just win by 9. So we've got to clean some things up. Hopefully, he gets a couple good practices in before Monday.
You're
because
right.
you make some of these mistakes right here for a close ball game, whether it's a Rockcastle County or whether it's a Somerset, and then you're going to find yourself in a dogfight, and you're going to have to rely on maybe a referee's call or missed free throw or a rebound. So you don't want to put yourself in that type of situation. You need to win the district.
Super odd game tonight, though, James. It was very, really, to be honest, not very exciting. And then, you go to halftime and we see Coach A and the squad sitting on sideline saying, halftime, no, we're good. It was just a weird atmosphere tonight. There was a lot, especially when the lead went from 20 to 9. And I like when our girls are smiling and they're playing free, but that was pretty much the entire third and fourth quarter. And meanwhile, you've got a Boyle County team that's just playing their hearts out without one of their best scorers, and they're, it made the game rather sloppy.
Yeah.
So it was just a really odd thing as far as like competition goes now. But oh well, like you said, it's a tune-up game here before we go into it. So.
Like you said, though, hats off to them. They fought the entire time.
They really
only
did.
lost by 9. Brandon, I thought it would be a 30-point victory after jumping out to 17-0. So hats off to Boyle County tonight.
Yeah.
Excellent effort on the young girls fighting back there without their 2 leading scorers. So, Brandon, let's just make it short and simple, brother. We got things to do. We got wives to visit. We got lessons to grade. We've got, plans for tomorrow. We've got the weekend coming up. Brandon, tomorrow night I'm crazy because I've got 13 teams of 6 coming and staying in the gym all night with me and Lucian Deaton. So we've got to lock in with 78 students tomorrow night. And they're more than 78 because some teams have 7 or 8 on them. So we're going to have about 85 high school teenagers tomorrow night in the hands of Mr. Murray and Mr. Deaton.
Wow.
But I love teenagers. I love PC. They're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to play a lot of different games. I've got 16 different games lined up for the course of the night.
Wow.
So DJ over here is one of them. Braxton's another one. Norman's another
So
one.
is
Joey's
it
another one.
Is it an all-nighter?
All-nighter, 10 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Oh no,
I'm too old for it, but hey,
oh gosh,
you're only as old as you feel, and I'm going to pretend to be young.
It's just a number. It's just a number. That's right. Well, man, you're a better man than I am. To come in here and try to stay all night in this place, I've come pretty darn close, but not all the way. I'll take that back. Project grad.
You've done a lot of project grads, so you put a lot of all-nighters
hey,
every
listen,
year.
That's a big crew that you've got. So you got your hands full. As the custodial staff makes their way in here, as they do a good job to try to clean up Pulaski County Gym, folks. Really, James, that's all I got. We're going to sign off. It's 48-39 to end the regular season. We'll see you back next week. Maroon Sports Network bringing you all of the district tourney play. Folks, good night and so long.